Today we'll discuss one of the most prevalent coping mechanisms that I had early on. It's called justification. I justified my affair to myself the entire 2 years of the affair. I just did. I had to. To justify really means that we have to suspend our moral values or our moral compasses in order to act in ways that are contrary to our morals in the first place. Meaning we have to suspend our moral values in order to allow ourselves to engage in infidelity in this case. I justified my affair by blaming Samantha for being all the different things that I've talked about so many times, for just not being attentive to my needs, to not caring about me, to being more consumed with the needs of other women in the church or my kids or bills or this and not me. I justified the fact that I needed to go outside the marriage to get my needs met as if my needs were paramount in the world and in marriage and in life. And that's a crock, because if adulthood teaches us anything, is that it's not about us. But to the unfaithful, we justify everything by blaming or minimizing. And for me, I realized not too long ago that I actually betrayed myself first before I ever betrayed Samantha. You see, it's kind of like Shakespeare said, "To thine own self be true." Well, I wasn't true to myself because I was living a life and verbally, I was assaulting anything other than a dedication to Christ and a dedication to living for truth and righteousness. I mean, for 2 years, I lived a life in complete opposition to this moral, message that I was preaching. I was betraying myself. I was suspending my moral code in order to empower the affair and what I was doing to meet my needs. I was messed up, and you know what? Anybody that has an affair of any length of time is messed up. It's just what we have to do to empower the affair. That's why some of you betrays are talking to your spouse, and it's like they're another person. It's like they are justifying it, and they're rewriting history, and they're doing all this stuff to make you the bad guy because they have to. They're not healthy enough, like I wasn't, to say, you know what, I cheated because I'm an idiot, because I'm selfish, because I wanted to get my needs met, and it was all about me, and I was self-absorbed, and I was a Messiah complex walking around, and I was this and I was that. They're not healthy enough to do that yet. And hopefully they will one day. But they're justifying it because they have to make themselves feel better. It's more about their own comfort than your comfort. That's why they don't want to talk about the details of the affair. That's why they don't want to keep hashing it out. Do we have to talk about this again? It's been 6 months. Ooh. In the timeline of recovery, 6 months might as well be like 3 weeks. It's just the fact that until you reach that first year milestone, things are going to be rough. No matter what good help you get, there will be some dips. If you don't get good help, if you don't get expert help, that first year may kill you, and it may just ruin your whole attempt at restoration. If you get the right help, it's much easier. I promise you that. We, the unfaithful, have to justify it to empower our own self-deception. It's just a fact. Anybody that's ever been unhealthy who's a few years out and has got the right kind of help will own that too. The process by which we, the unfaithful, stop justifying requires a scalpel of professional help. No disrespect to the faith community, no disrespect to church or Bible studies or Celebrate Recovery or all those different things. They will be great. But I have to tell you, for me, I had to sit with Rick. I had to do some of the things that I did, like going to an EMS weekend, reading some of the things that Rick suggested, going through the process. And sometimes I know you hate that word, but it's just the truth. This isn't a bonk you on the head, wake up. It's a process. For me, it took time and it took that process to be able to get to the point where I could see clearly. And I want to highlight one thing for you. If you're an unfaithful spouse, or if you are frustrated at your unfaithful spouse's lack of growth, tell them to look at the Hope for Healing course. I just put a great friend of mine in that course the other day. In the middle of the course, I forget what week they're on, he's texting me saying, "This is amazing." He's texting me things from Hope for Healing and how the lights are coming on, and I couldn't describe it more clear than that. The lights will come on to their self-deception. The lights will come on to the justification, the minimization, the faulty God complex, the faulty Messiah complex. It'll deal with the resentment they have towards you, the betrayed. It will hack away like a machete in the fields of deception. I promise you. It is a fantastic course. In fact, I guarantee it. Do the course. Finish the whole course. Don't miss more than 2 of the classes. And if it doesn't do that for you, you can request a refund. That's how confident they are in that course. It is a fantastic course. Finally, as an exercise to do right now, if you're an unfaithful and you're trying to deal with the justification that you know you have reprogrammed yourself into, or the affair has helped to reprogram you, ask yourself this either at the start of the day or at the end of the day. Say, have I been loving and compassionate? Where have I been loving and compassionate? It's around 1:30 in the afternoon today. I've been less than stellar in terms of loving and compassionate. And it's just a knock on the door of my heart to say, wait a minute, hold on. I have committed to being loving and compassionate in this new life, this second chance that I've been given. I'm going to be loving and compassionate. I'm going to go text Samantha because I was kind of short just a little while ago about something. She wanted to buy something on Craigslist. And I said, you handle it. I've got to do some stuff because I'm big and important and have to go film a blog. It happens. I don't care how far you out you are from D-Day and in recovery. You can still be a complete ass. It's just my gift. So tonight I'm going to say, okay, how was I loving and compassionate? And that's the great gift of another day, the day after, to be more loving and compassionate. I hope that helps you. I hope you'll try that. I hope you'll put it in the library of your own recovery and give it a shot. How can it hurt to be more loving and compassionate, right?